basketball. They're playing
Is my
basketball.
favorite sport.
I do like the way they dribble up and down the court.
Yeah,
I
listened to that today.
It's a great point. It's like I'm the king on the microphone, so is Dr. J. And Moses Malone.
Two-time MVP Moses Malone.
Not to be confused with Carl. Not to be confused with Carl. Much worse person.
I'm a fan of the Moses guy more.
How about the Big 12 basketball gauntlet here, that you look down the teams, everybody that's good, being led by BYU, kind of. Houston's at number 1, but BYU out of nowhere. Houston, I don't want to say out of nowhere. We knew they'd be good, but they're already the number 1 team, number 2 team in the net in America, and number 1 in the Big 12. BYU is number 3 in America. Baylor up there in the top 10 as well. And these teams have a little bit, some arm's length away from even a Kansas. Oklahoma is a lot better than expected. Even the teams like a Cincinnati, even the teams we thought wouldn't necessarily be the top of this league right now, according to the metric that gives us March, the Big 12 is stupid good.
I think it might be the best single season of a conference we might have ever seen.
Ever?
If this plays out.
What about the Big East in the 90s, huh?
Big East was fantastic.
Here they come.
Fantastic. But I think and look, this happens every year, Drake. A couple of teams stand out in the preseason before the conference games start, and then they start playing a Big 12 schedule, and it falls apart. But I've actually gotten a chance to watch both BYU and Oklahoma this year. I don't think they're going to wilt like that. Yeah. They might not, they're not going to be undefeated. I don't know that they're going to be, in the top 25 the whole rest of the way. But I think these are solid teams, man.
Very experienced. BYU's got a bunch of 25-year-olds.
Yeah, that helps, man. And I really like Porter Moser at OU. So I think this is going to be one of the best conferences seasons we've ever seen. One that's already slipped up is the Texas Longhorns, but I still think that's a really solid team. And this top 3, all 3 of them can win the national championship. Like this is like the Cranberries top 3. The Cranberries, the band, their top 3 is as good as any rock band ever. The Big 12 is going to be that. They're going to have Oklahoma, 3 teams in the top 5.
BYU, Cincinnati.
Yes, exactly.
All have a shot
for sure. For sure, not Houston, Baylor, and Kansas.
What is the deal? So again, looking at net, it's nuts.
And what's the deal?
Net loves themselves some Big 12s at shot quality. A little different.
Ken Palm loves the Big 12 because of Fran Fraschilla.
Yes,
as we've heard in the past, Fran Fraschilla has a lot of influence on the Ken Palm rankings.
At shot quality, which a lot of college coaches actually trust to give metrics, they rank teams with a weight on defense because defense travels. Defense wins championships. And that's the case in college basketball. Usually your best three-point shooting team in America struggles at some point in March, and if you can't play defense and you're having an off night shooting, you're going to lose. They have Iowa State at number 1 in the Big 12 and number 1 defensively in the country. Houston at number 4 defensively in the country, and BYU at number 5. Those 3 teams make up the top 3 in the Big 12. Baylor coming in at 4 because the offense is so good, but the defense ranks 51st in America per shot quality. Cincinnati, Kansas State, and then you get to Kansas. Then West Virginia is right in there, and Texas Tech, and Texas.
West Virginia, who stinks.
Yeah, and Texas is all the way at the bottom. So according to shot quality, which is one of the best metrics in America, the Big 12 is even deeper than it might look on the surface, or even deeper than net's going to tell you. And you mentioned a chance at a national championship. What's your whole week 6 top 12 AP thing? What's this all about?
Yeah, so we talked about this, I think, off the air during the show yesterday. But it's the teams that are in the top 12 in week 6. I think the last 15 years, since the national since 04, so 20 years here, the national champion has been in the top 12 in week 6 every year. And the Big 12 has 4.
Place your future bets. Well, Arizona, if we want to include.
I'm going to include them.
Arizona at 1, then Kansas at 2, Purdue, Houston at 4. So that's already 2. Kansas and Houston. UConn at 5, Baylor at 6, Marquette at 7, Creighton at 8, North Carolina 9, Gonzaga 10. They're Big 12, right? 11, yeah, sure. Oklahoma, and 12, Tennessee. So that is Oklahoma, Baylor, Houston, and Kansas, as well as a couple of new Big 12 teams that could all win a national championship based on the last 18 years.
And the Big 12 is so good, Drake, and we give so little to the AP poll and whatever that I think there's a team outside of that could also make the Final Four in the Big 12. I don't know who it is yet. Don't ask me who it is.
The BYU Cougars?
Yeah, why not? Throw them a bone.
They're old,
is
man.
Oklahoma State, are they banning themselves again? They could be there.
They're having a tough
4 and 5.
They're having a tough go at it.
Look,
be nice.
they're saving their best basketball for March.
Northwestern's number 25 in America right now. You know, BYU at 18, Texas at 19. It's just
still their coach.
It is who? Northwestern?
Chris Collins, is he still their coach?
I think you're thinking of Chris Collinsworth. He's an NBC, but
no, stop.
Now here's a guy.
About Duke great Chris Collins.
Is that right?
Yeah. Associate HD for Krzyzewski for a long time.
I think based on everything we've given you, the Big 12 is good at basketball. Even if Cincinnati, as we speak, is struggling against.
And by the way, this is just my gift to you, the Big 12 listener, because you can't see it in the stats.
Yeah,
Baylor is going to have a top 25 defense by the end of the year. Which, with the way they play offensively, is going to be scary. I think like between 20 and 25 was where that 2021 team was defensively.
Yeah,
which you just remember for being a great defensive team.
Yeah,
but they were not number one.
By the way, top 25 in college basketball out of their 360 teams. You get to be elite in that tier, top 25.
Absolutely. But watching Houston play defense under Kelvin Sampson the last couple years, man. I know you're a hog at heart. That's what the 40 minutes of hell must have looked like. I mean, it is just a sea of arms. It is.
They're going to need LJ Cryer to elevate defensively, though.
Yeah. Which we said for 3 straight years. It didn't happen. So
good luck with that. Great. Just super quickly. Great LJ Cryer aside. I did tweet about a week before he goes to Houston. LJ Cryer has visited Houston in serious talks with the I heard from a source. He was in serious talks to go to Houston. His mother and father retweeted it with like, this is so wrong, incorrect. You know, this guy is lying to everybody. And then LJ comments back to them, yo, don't even listen to this clown or don't even respond to this clown. Within 6 days, LJ Cryer, the Houston Cougar. And I love, like, there are all these people in of course they'd be in my mentions, be like, oh, this guy is an idiot. Why would you report this? It's false reporting. They would stick up for the guy's parents.
They love seeing that the players get it on because they all think you're a clown anyway. So
yeah, so you're like, oh, yeah, this guy sucks. And then he's just off to But no one ever remembers the guy that was right. They only remember the one who reported it and the parents tried to pick a fight and it was just not. So it was great because I responded with, so you were telling me that LJ Cryer has not visited Houston, and there was not really the response was, this is just a lie. You're like, okay.
The kid can shoot.
If you like Cameron, follow him at Real Cam Stewart on Twitter. If you don't like him, well, that makes 2 of us.
Join the club.
That makes 2 of us. Listen to Cameron on the Drake Toll Show from 12 to 2 every day on ESPN Central Texas. This has been Always Will
Locked
Be.
On Baylor, which is your second listen every day.
That's right. Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande. Baylor. You want anything?